All right, in my last video, I walked you guys through my top 10 high protein products that will absolutely change your life. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to take many of those products, throw them together into an amazing tasting recipe, just like this recipe for 2 meatball subs. You get 2 subs for 345 calories. They're 50% protein, 44 grams of protein in these 2 subs. And I'm gonna show you how to do it all in 10 minutes or less, ending with a clean kitchen and a drink to boot. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our meatballs ready. So we're gonna start by grabbing a plate. We're gonna put one little tiny piece of paper towel on here. And then we're gonna grab 6 of these Great Value brand turkey meatballs. And we're gonna throw them out here onto the plate. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, just like that. And we're gonna throw these into the microwave for 2 minutes. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 minutes. All right, while that's going, we're gonna get our buns ready. All right, we're gonna lay out some paper towel here, open up our bun package. Now for the buns, we are using the Lewis Healthy Life Keto Hawaiian Hot Dog buns. 1 gram net carb, about 70 calories per bun. We're gonna use 2 of them. All right, we're gonna break these apart and we're gonna open them up and set them out here on the paper towel because we're gonna season them really quickly. We're going for like a really nice restaurant finish and flavor with these sandwiches. So we're gonna do a little bit of salt on them. And then we're gonna do some garlic powder. Doesn't need to be any kind of fancy garlic powder, just Great Value brand will work just fine. A little bit of garlic powder, boom. There we go. Those are pretty much ready and waiting. And then we've got our meatballs going. All right, meatballs are done. Grab our meatballs, bring them back over here. All right, now what we wanna do, we're gonna grab a very small bowl and 1/4 cup measuring cup and a spoon. And what we're gonna do here real quick is we're gonna pour these meatballs right into the bowl. There we go. And we're gonna take our contadina pizza sauce. You could use any pizza sauce, but I like pizza sauce more than a spaghetti sauce because there's less water, it's a little thicker and it's a little bit sweeter. And I like the contadina because it is the lowest calorie pizza sauce that I have found at Walmart. And it comes in this little squirt bottle, which makes it really easy to use. So we're just gonna put about a 1/4 cup of that. We're gonna put it into the bowl. Very easy. And then we're gonna mix that up really well into the pizza sauce with the meatballs. Good. All right, and now that we have that, we're just gonna spoon these one at a time into the buns, getting a little bit of sauce in there with the meatballs. And you're just gonna space these out a little bit so there's a little bit, they're kind of evenly distributed in the bun. Here we go. Easy peasy. There we go. And then you might have some extra sauce. You can just kind of distribute that across the 2 sandwiches. The sauce really makes this thing go well. All right, so we got that done. Next, we're ready to throw some cheese. So for cheese, we're using the Great Value fat-free shredded mozzarella. I talked about, this is one of the products that I talked about in the last video where I talked about my 10 favorite high protein foods that will completely change your life. This stuff is awesome. 80% protein. So between these buns, which are over 50% protein by themselves, and they only have 1 gram of net carbohydrate, and this cheese, which is 80% protein, which is kind of insane. We already have a ton of protein between these 3 items, the bun, the cheese, and the turkey meatballs. So we're gonna use 1/4 cup of fat-free shredded mozzarella between the 2 sandwiches. That's gonna come out to be about 2 good pinches, right? So 2 good pinches, that was kind of a weak pinch. So I might put just a little bit more on that first one, but we're gonna get just enough sauce on there, or cheese on there. And then lastly, this is really important for a good restaurant finish on a home recipe, especially if you're using the fat-free cheese, you wanna give that fat-free cheese a little bit of moisture by spraying the top with your cooking spray. So we're just gonna do a sweep, give it just a little bit of moisture, and that is also gonna give the buns a nice finish as well. Now we're ready to throw these into the oven. We're gonna grab these guys, bring them over here, pull out the rack on the air fryer oven, set this in here, hopefully so it won't fall over. There we go. And we're gonna toast these in the air fryer oven right on the rack for about 4.5 to 5 minutes. So we're gonna turn it on and we're gonna move it down here to toast and hit go. I'm gonna set it to 5 minutes. Cool. So it's been about 4.5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this and open it up. Oh, and look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. So we're gonna grab these, we're gonna stick them onto our fancy schmancy. Oh, look at that. Look at how shiny with a nice browning. It's just like you made these in a pizza oven. It looks so good. And then I actually forgot I put the Parmesan cheese away. We gotta get the Parmesan back out because the Parmesan on top is like the perfect finishing to these guys. So bring these guys out, get our Parmesan on top, not a ton, just about maybe, we'll call it maybe a teaspoon between the two of them to get it finished, and boom. So just like that, we have an amazing dish, right? 2 meatball subs. These are gonna taste amazing, restaurant finish across the board, exactly 50%, 345 calories for both of these sandwiches. Extremely filling. I can't wait to eat them. And look, we've got a clean kitchen, barely just 1 or 2 things left to throw away, and boom, I've got my hydration cocktail ready to go. Let's eat. All right, so I'm gonna eat these and I'm gonna explain just a little bit while I stuff my face with these, why I'm so passionate about making recipes like this. You know, if you watched my last video, 10 high protein products that would absolutely change your life, then you realize that I use a lot of these like low carb breads, low carb tortillas, fat-free cheeses, things like that, because these things have so much protein in them. But I got a lot of amazing comments on that video from people who felt like for the first time, someone had showed them how to make recipes that they actually would be excited to eat. You know, something that actually looks sustainable when it comes to weight loss. But I also got kind of some hate in the comments about, you know, the fact that these are processed foods and they have some things like sunflower oil or canola oil or gluten or, you know, this, that, or the other. And, you know, here's my stance on that, guys. I'm a functional medicine certified health coach, right? I'm definitely attuned to the world of functional medicine and holistic medicine and coaching and all of that stuff. So if anybody understands the benefit of whole foods and all that stuff, it's me. But I also had to stop as a functional medicine health coach, and I had to do a little bit of a reality check. And I had to ask myself, okay, even when I'm eating nothing but whole foods, and I've been there, I used to remove every artificial dye and every artificial sweetener and all processed foods from my diet, and I've eaten a diet of nothing but whole foods. And while I agree that that diet may be the ideal diet for a human being, for like absolute perfect optimal health, the reality that I had to come to as a real mortal human being is that, by golly, I just like food and I enjoy food. And here's the thing, I live in a world surrounded by other people who love eating this kind of food, right? And what I found is that when I was eating nothing but whole foods with, you know, and worrying about all the food dyes and the artificial sweeteners and the dairy and the gluten and all the stuff, not only was I overwhelmed by all of that, but I had a real portion control issue, because every time I would go to eat a meal, if I grilled chicken on the grill or roasted vegetables, I would eat massive amounts of it. And I could never figure out why. I just could never get really full when I was eating nothing but whole foods until I started learning how to make dishes like this. And what's amazing is I can eat these 2 subs and they just taste amazing. But when I'm done eating these 2 subs, I am not only satiated and full, but I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied in a way that only eating whole foods and avoiding all that other stuff just never quite gets me to, right? And so while I understand that there are a certain percentage of people in the world, and those are probably the people who do comment on my videos about avoiding processed foods and all that stuff. There's about 1 in 10 people in the world who they're totally just fine eating a whole foods only diet, and they don't have that love and that connection to their food quite in the same way. And maybe they're so disciplined that it doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing around them. But guys, that's just not me. I really love a good meatball sub. I love French toast. I love biscuits and gravy. I love pizza. I love tacos and quesadillas. And I have come to a place in my life where I have recognized that it is possible with the right products to strike a healthy balance. Sure, I still do eat chicken and beef and pork and healthy seafood, and I love some salmon. I eat a lot of vegetables still, but I also utilize foods like this so that I can have things like 2 meatball subs for lunch, under 400 calories, 44 grams of protein. And I'm just telling you guys, learning how to do this has been such an incredible game changer, not just for me, but for every client on our roster. You know, for the first time as a coach, I'm able to lead people to a place where they're able to permanently and sustainably lose weight in a way that they never could. They never could before, because they would try to follow these very restrictive diets, and they would try the whole foods only thing. They might try Whole30 or whatever, or paleo and all these different things. And it might work when they're just by themselves at home doing absolutely nothing with anybody else in their life. But the moment they go out and try to be social, or go to a restaurant, or have Christmas or Thanksgiving, or do anything with anybody else in their world who's not following that, it all falls apart, and it becomes very lonely, and it becomes very drab. And for the average person like me, man, if that's what being healthy has to be, I just don't know if I'm up for it, right? And so my key message here is that it doesn't have to be that way, right? With the right products, sure, some of these products are processed, but you know, I've been eating like this with a nice healthy balance of whole foods combined with recipes like this, and my clients have been eating like this for a long time, and it's hard to argue with the results. Myself and so many of our clients have been able to lose weight, get to a place with their weight and their body where we just feel amazing. We have great energy, great digestion, like across the board. Blood markers are looking good. Blood sugars are great. We've had diabetics completely reverse their diabetes. Cholesterol, coming off of cholesterol medications, coming off of blood pressure medications, having people with like really good looking blood panels, and all the while eating a nice healthy mix of, sure, some whole proteins like chicken, beef, steak, all that stuff, getting their vegetables in, but also being able to enjoy recipes like this one. But not only just being able to enjoy recipes like this one, but being able to get their family on board to enjoy recipes like this as well. And it's just hard to argue with the results that you get, still being able to consume some products like this and some foods and some recipes like this. So I just wanted to stop here before we ended this video to kind of give a little bit of context to why I think bringing foods like this and being able to learn how to make recipes like this into your life is so powerful and so crucially important, because it's just, I think there's a lot of people out there, probably 9 out of 10 people out there, who will resonate with the reality that trying to live that restrictive and that obsessive of a lifestyle with nutrition is just not sustainable. So whether you're with me or not, I'm gonna eat this these 2 subs right now, and I'm gonna enjoy them. They're gonna be amazing. And I appreciate you guys. If you did miss that last video about my 10 favorite high protein products that will absolutely change your life like they changed mine, then feel free to go back and watch that. I'll put the link up here or the card here for you guys to watch that. And if you got any value out of this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It really helps support the channel. I'll put links down below for some of the products that we used in this video. And I just really, really appreciate every single one of you. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. So good. So good. A little bit cold because I sat there and talked for a while, but still so good. So good. I can't believe I get to eat this. I get to eat this. And I'm losing weight, losing body fat, leaning out for the beach. I'm gonna go to Miami in 7 days, shredded on meatball subs. Who else can say that? I don't know. So good. All right, leave me alone.